Lou, after Game Five, pretty much everybody said that you guys really liked the attacks that you got, the shots that you got. As you were able to go back and look, do you feel the same way? And does that give you, an even maybe greater level of confidence than you had leaving Game Five
Yeah,
as you head into Game Six?
yeah. I feel like we play our style of a game. We generated the shot that we wanted, just didn't convert, which is it happens sometimes. It's basketball. So yeah, we like where we heading. We watch film, a couple stuff that we got to get better at, but we're real confident.
Mark always talks about this group, embracing challenges, liking a challenge that's laid out in front of them. What's the vibe or feeling about the challenge that's in front of you guys right now?
It's big. I mean, we surprised a lot of people this year. We've done a lot of stuff that people didn't expect. So we still got we can still do it. We know that we've done some stuff that people didn't believe we could do. So we're gonna go ahead in those next games and with that mentality to do everything to win.
Lou, just going back to the first question about everybody saying they like the process of the first game. Just what was it about maybe the games that preceded Game Five that you saw you got to get away from offensively?
Say that again.
Yeah, just with everybody saying they like the process last game. What was it you guys felt like you got away from before that game?
I mean, we just got the shots that we wanted. We played our game, and like I said, we just didn't convert, and which is it's gonna happen. It's basketball, but now we just gotta keep our head up and go to the next one. It's gonna be a tough one, but we're ready for the challenge.
You've played an elimination game before. What do you remember about that, and what do you think you can take from that for this game?
I mean, it's type of games are that you really give everything you got. You don't want to go home. And it's not just me; it's the same feeling for the whole team. We just got to go out there, compete, and execute, and we're gonna give our best shot.
Mark mentioned the defense taking a little bit of a step back in Game Five. What are some things that you felt like you guys could have done better on that end?
I mean, the rebounding is always the biggest one. Limit them to one shot. So I feel like if we take care of that, we're gonna be in a good spot.
Anybody else?
What did you think about just the way Luca played, and just kind of keeping him down this next game when
Yeah. He gonna make a lot of tough shots. He's a good player for a reason. My main thing is to make everything tough. He's a good player. He's gonna make some good plays for his teammates. But we still gotta, trust our style of play, the way we play defense, and we gonna give ourselves a best shot.
Just going back to the rebounding. I don't know how much you remember from Game One, but the rebounding from that game, like if you remember anything from that game, like what stood out about the way you guys rebounded and just what occurred in that game that maybe hasn't carried over in the other games.
Is everybody gotta just go ahead and get the rebound. Really is. I don't think it's really hard. They're doing a good job at crashing. Sending their guys into the paint. But we just gotta turn around, check our man, and secure the rebound. And I feel like that's what we done first game, and we gotta carry that on for the next game.
An emotional game. Pretty much all of your players that talked to us to a T repeated what you said, which was they felt like the offense ran really well, that you got really good shots. As you look back at Game 5 and saw some of the looks that you got, did that kind of confirm what you guys felt coming out of the game?
Yeah, it was less about the looks. I thought obviously we got some good looks when you shoot 43s. Some of them are going to be really good. Some of them would be okay. I thought the attacks were really good. We were able to space the floor well, and find some driving kicks, find some sprays, and find some threes. With the way that this defense is playing us, we have to have confidence in shooting those shots because that's what's available. And so I thought we stepped into them the other night. We didn't make them, but we need to double down on that.
You mentioned that the defense could use some improving after that game. Just what were some of the areas you felt like could get some tightening up going into Game 6?
Yeah, it wasn't one thing, and we would have had to, with how we shot it, we would have had to play a great defensive game. But it was like timely stuff. I thought obviously Doncic got it going there for a little bit. We had a couple like loose breakdowns on Irving, but he didn't, have a huge night the way Doncic did. I thought to credit them. Their role guys made some shots at different times. Their rebounding wasn't like too loud, but it was timely. there were a couple that hurt us. So it was a combination of things, but it wasn't one factor defensively. I thought, going back and watching it, we played not as well as we had the previous games, but we played a pretty good game defensively.
I've heard this term make or miss shots. In a situation like this, do you just talk about it, get up more shots, not address it? How do you handle make or miss shots?
Yeah, I think, it's the same thing. Educating the team during the regular season about shot variance. Like there's going to be some nights where you shoot it great and your opponent doesn't, and vice versa. And kind of seeding that throughout the season so that the team understands that there is variance to that in a single game sample. So that when we're in this situation, we're not overreacting to it. We didn't overreact to it. We all season have been a team that, touches the paint with the ball, finds, spray outs and shoots the right shots. And if the right shots are threes, we're going to shoot them. We were the best 3-point shooting team in the league for much of the season because of that mentality. And this team is taking away the rim, really at all costs. They're parking their bigs at the basket. And so 3-pointers are available, and we have to find them and we have to take them just like we did last game. And that's why I was encouraged at the end of the game, even after 92 points. I was encouraged with how we played and the types of attacks we got. We looked a lot more like ourselves in that game. Whereas, the previous game, even though we won, I thought we didn't have nearly as good of an attack. I just thought we played exceptional defense and then got a great shot-making performance from Shea in the fourth.
Kind of a follow-up on that. You mentioned how you liked the process and thought that it was good, improved from the previous game. What are the things that you feel like you guys can do to fully go through with that process? Like, does it just come down to making shots?
No, it comes down to the attacks and the rhythm that we're creating. And replicating that. Dallas is going to go back, watch that game. They're going to see plays where they gave up, good looks to us, and they're going to try to make improvements as well. And so it's a never-ending process of both teams adapting to one another and trying to be the best version of themselves. And so we got to replicate that and be a little bit better, and then try to convert those plays. But all season we've been a team that hasn't focused on the outcomes of the plays or the games, just improving and getting better. And we can't allow the stakes of the situation to get in the way of that mentality, because that's the best pathway to win Game 6.
Does this feel like a all cards in type of game?
Yeah, obviously, but I think we've been in that state, during the entire playoffs. We try to treat every playoff game like that because every playoff game is important. It's first to 4, so we treat a game 1 like that. We treat a game 2 like that, and we'll certainly treat Game 6 like that. But it's not a departure from where we've been mentally.
Do you worry a little bit that with it being could be the last game of the season, do you feel like have to manage more about the urgency and the balance of staying calm?
No, because the team's built that muscle all year. I think the team's done a great job in different pressure situations of limiting distractions and just playing the play in front of us. And, that's a muscle we've built for this situation, for the playoffs. And, now we have to apply it. But, again, there's no special speeches or, anything. There's no departure from the way that we've operated all year because we have confidence in the way we've operated all year.
Is that 5th starting spot still up in the air, or do you know what you plan to do?
I know what I plan to do, but I don't talk about lineups and rotations heading into the game.
How's practice today? Just move the team.
Great. Same as normal. It was pretty light and pretty quick. We want to get in and out because we travel today, but again, we've built this muscle for years now of, you show up every day, you put your work in, you come into a healthy and upbeat environment. It was no different today.